My topic is fashion in the Koreas, and this presentation goes over divergences and similarities over time in the nations. Korean fashion history starts with hanbok. This traditional dress comes from the Goguryeo dynasty of ancient Korea. Occupation of the Mongolian, Chinese, and Japanese people diluted the influence of hanbok in Korea over time. Japanese occupation, one could say, had the strongest effect on Korean culture, as they were one of the longest occupiers, both officially and unofficially. After the World Wars, the US took South Korea and allowed Japanese soldiers to stay and essentially do the US's work. You can see that influence in the photo to the left. There are women wearing hanbok, but there are also women wearing kimono, which is traditional Japanese dress. More obviously, you see women wearing very Western styles. The woman on the right, you can see from her shoes to her hair, it is all Western. And not a single man in the photo is wearing a traditional Asian garb of any type. North Korea was not occupied by the West after the war and had quite a different upbringing in culture from the South. South Korea didn't just have influence from neighboring Asian countries, but also all of the West. So hanbok and other traditional dresses became less and less common as influences from other nations became more common. If you had seen the photo on the right outside of the context of a Korean history presentation, you might have assumed it's from a Vogue edition of the US in the 1970s, but in reality, it's from Korea. This global fashion may bring you to believe that it destroyed Korean cultural identity in fashion, but in reality, it birthed it. The diversity led to a creativity and a strong sense of self through clothing in Korean fashion. This made South Korea, one of the largest fashion hubs in the world. You can see the photos to the right are examples from Fashion Week in Korea, and the woman to the left of these photos is Jenim, one of the most popular fashionistas during the vlogging boom. She is Korean American, and her styles stem a lot from South Korean fashion trends. She even has some videos for Korean makeup looks. And she's on YouTube, so it's not just an influence to America. YouTube is a global platform. She's reaching people all over the world with Korean styles. The diversity in self-expression through fashion in Korea allures a lot of people. You can see in both of the pictures to the right, but mostly the one on the bottom, there is so much diversity in the looks. These women are wearing as masculine or feminine of clothes as they want, or a combination of whatever they'd like. This is really attractive and makes Korean fashion more and more popular in today's ever-developing society. Hanbok styles have slowly been re-emerging in K-pop culture, and with the popularity of Korean culture, that means hanbok styles are arising in the rest of the world. So a nation that was once dictated by the whims of the West is now sharing its ancient cultures with the rest of the world. The videos below show some of Korean fashions. The one on the left shows South Korean styles that may not have been born in South Korea, but were definitely revitalized through their influence. And the video on the right are just some clips from a fashion week in South Korea. Those videos are linked in the description below. North Korea had a different upbringing, as I said. Kim Il-sung put an emphasis on Korean nationalism and Korean identity. He represented Korea, so if Korean culture was strong, he was stronger. Not everyone in North Korea wears a hanbok, but they're much more prevalent in the north than in the south. And when you go out, you have to be put together because you are representing Korea. This leads to nuances in what is and is not appropriate. One might say, oh, the fashion police is out to get you, but the fashion police is real in North Korea. I have an article linked below outlining one North Korean defector's experience with the Socialist Youth League that dictates the fashion in North Korea. The picture on the top right shows a pamphlet that was given out by this league during their early days of North Korea. Because women must do their hair, but it can't be too done. Such delicacies had to have examples, and this was passed out. The photo on the left shows two women wearing very similar outfits, both in skirts, both in heels, but not too high, hair done, and nothing too blaring about their outfits. Men and women also wear hanbok in North Korea. Women almost never wear pants. The fashion police in North Korea really enforce these antiquated traditions and rules on all of Korea, but it seems they are stricter with women. This might be because foreign styles have more diversity for women, but it also might be from sexism. South Korea doesn't have fashion police, but they still have old rules and regulations, especially in the public eye. The two videos on the top show a very popular K-pop singer, Hyuna. It's the same song. The video on the left is her music video, and the video on the right is her live performance of the song. The video on the left shows her in very scantily clad outfits, along with her backup dancers in very little clothing, while the video on the right shows her in one of her least revealing outfits and her backup dancers in one of their outfits that had been altered to show less skin. The video on the bottom shows a number of K-pop artist women that had to alter their choreography or outfits due to one reason or another, lest it be banned from public performance. And it's countered with examples of male pop stars doing essentially the same thing that weren't restricted from showing it at all. This kind of shows the sexism still in South Korea as well. Again, these videos are linked below. The changes of culture over time, especially in fashion, is an interest to many people, and there are people out there that are much better funded than I am. So below are just two videos that I think are very interesting about the development of Korean beauty over the years, and the links to them will be below. The one on the left shows the divide between North and South Korea very well, while the one on the right shows the development from ancient Korean and Asian styles to more Western and more unique styles. These are citations to all the photos that I've used, and the articles that I've mentioned in videos will be linked in the description below. A lot of the information that I have gathered today came from the North Korean history class, or the North and South Korean history class that we're all a part of, so I would like to thank Dr. Thomas Quarterman for all the information he's given us, and I would like to thank all of you guys for watching my presentation. All this stuff is really interesting, so I encourage you to watch at least the videos that I've linked, and I hope you guys have a good end of the semester.